Welcome back to this command line tutorial, and today we are going to discuss ping command. This is one of the simplest commands, but at the same time this is one of the most used commands by any network administrators or IT technicians. Let's open a command prompt by typing in search cmd and hitting enter. And before we even ping something, let me explain you what ping command really does. It checks the connectivity between devices, whether on your local area network or for example on internet. And devices are your computer, for example, and if you would want to ping any other device which is on your local area network, this means that if you would want to ping another computer on your local area network, you would use ping command to check whether these devices can really communicate. Or for example, if you would want to check if you can reach out to internet and ping some web server, for example Google, which we will also do in this video, and if your device can communicate to that web server. Because sometimes if you are trying to connect two devices, for example if you are trying to send files from one computer to another and you can't do it, you can use ping command to check if there is a network connectivity. Or if you are trying to search for some website and that website is not responding, you can also check connectivity, whether your computer can connect to that web server or to that another computer. So let's start by pinging Google, and to do that type in ping space google.com, and you can ping in two ways, whether you are typing a name google.com or you can ping an IP address. It doesn't really matter. If you will be pinging a name, it will resolve this name to IP address. This is the first thing what you should know about ping command. If we hit now enter, and here you can see straight away the IP address of Google, because it resolved this google.com to IP address. And here you can see that it is pinging with 32 bytes of data. So what ping command is doing, it is simply sending a very small package to the computer or to the device which you are trying to ping, and then that package is being returned back to you. And every time you are using simple ping command, it is doing it 4 times. And here you can see that reply from this IP address. So when we pinged google.com, it resolved it to IP address, and here we can see that first time when this pinging took place, first time we got a reply from google.com of this small packet of 32 bytes, and time took 5 milliseconds and time to leave 105. And the same happened another 3 times, and also by pinging we also pay attention usually to these times, how much time it took, and if there is a big differences in these time intervals, we can tell that there is some connectivity issues. In our scenario, when we pinged google.com, it resolved to this IP address, it sent 4 times this 32 byte packet. First time this packet got returned in 5 milliseconds, second time 6 milliseconds, 3 milliseconds and 4 milliseconds. So there is no big time intervals, and all these 4 packets were sent and returned back to us. Every time whenever you are pinging something, it is sending 4 small packets to that computer, and that other computer is returning back us these packets, and we can check how much time it took to return these packets. And another thing which you can do with ping command is you can ping your own computer, because sometimes there might be an issue with your own computer rather with the computer which you are trying to connect. So to do that, you can type in ping, and you can type in IP address 127.0.0.1. By pinging 127.0.0.1, you are pinging your own computer, and this IP address is known as loopback address, and it is used to test network functionality on your own machine. It's a way to ensure that your network interface and TCP/IP stack are working correctly. So let's do it, and let's hit enter. And here we can see that we are also able to ping, and pinging as we are pinging our own machine. You can see it is sending 32 bytes very small packets 4 times, and every time it took only 1 millisecond. So there is everything okay with our network interface, and it is working absolutely fine. And another way how you can check more information about ping is if you type in ping space / and again question mark, hit enter, and here you can see even more different options which you can use to do pinging. If we would want to continue pinging until we say to stop pinging, we can use -t parameter. As you see, ping the specified desired host until stop it. So let's do it, and let's ping Google until we stop it. And as you can see here, to stop this pinging we need to type in Ctrl+C. Let's ping Google again, ping. Before I ping I will clean this screen, CLS. Now let's type ping -t space and google.com and hit enter. And you can see that it now will be pinging until we will tell it to stop pinging. As you can see, the request timed out at one stage, but pinging is taking place. In this way we can see more information and about time it takes for each ping. And if you would want to stop, you type in Ctrl and C, and this will stop this pinging process. This is how ping command works. Like I mentioned, this is one of the simplest commands, which is simply sending a data packets to other computer or other server and receiving replies. And ping command is generally used only to check the connectivity between devices, between the computer from which we are pinging and between the other computer which we are pinging. And we can ping whether IP addresses, or if we are pinging web servers, we can use domain names, and those domain names will be resolved into IP addresses.